Lynn Lockamy,
Yes.
welcome to Southport.
Thank you.
This is your first time, isn't it?
It is my first time.
How have you found it? How have you found the UK hospitality thus far?
Wonderful.
Really? Have we welcomed you with open arms?
Yes, you have.
And how did you find the crowd at the stage? What was that like for
The
you?
crowd was wonderful, effervescent, full of energy. Loved them.
That's a good word,
Yes, it
effervescent. That's a way to
is.
describe it. It's quite effervescent here at Southport.
Yes.
Are you kind of like into that Southport thing, or do you get many sort of things in the USA?
Not enough festivals. We need to do this. In fact, I haven't seen one like this. I know there's one in Chicago.
Okay.
And I haven't been to that one yet, the Chosen Few.
But that's
picnic.
not Brooklyn, so we don't even
No,
talk
it's not
about
Brooklyn. We need festivals in New York. My God. I love it.
that. So how have you found it? Overall, the overall ambiance of Southport, how have you found it?
Energetic, very energetic. I loved it.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Tommy Cruise.
Tommy Cruise. Tommy Cruise is a good friend of mine. And he's
How did that come about?
friendship first, you know. In New York, there's a whole community of musicians, and they are amazing musicians. Like, hands down, all you have to do is say, I want to sing this song, and they're on it. Even if you don't know what key you're singing in, they hear a little bit of it and they jump in. I cannot begin to tell you how spoiled I am by musicians in New York City and how phenomenally talented they are. And he's one of them. And he said, Lynn, I've got this track, and if you want it, you can have it. He sent it to me, and I lost my mind over it and said, do not send it to anyone else.
And that track was called?
Well, it's called Flesh is Weak now, because that's what I named it. And I had it for 6 weeks before any words came to me. And then one day while cooking in my kitchen, the words started coming, and I almost burned my meal because I was running around trying to find my MacBook Pro and with the track on it and some paper so I could write down what I was creating and conjuring up in my head. And I love this song. It's a little naughty, and it's, yeah.
We can live with naughty.
You can live with naughty? Yeah. So be prepared to hear at the end of the song, there's like a little chant that says, when the nipples get hard and the center gets moist, and I start to perspire, boy, you know I'm all yours. It's kind of naughty, but that's the flesh aspect of the album. And it speaks to those days in the club sometimes, you know, when you meet a nice guy, or you maybe it could be anywhere you meet a nice person that you're attracted to and you have that magnetism with, and it turns you on a bit, you know. So I kind of go into detail on how turned on you can become, and that's what's in the song. Flesh is weak.
I have this effect on people.
You do? Oh my.
I mean, we'll get onto your album in a minute, but let's talk about, because everyone says, I prefer Warning, everyone says, I prefer Hostile Takeover. I can't choose between the two.
I can't choose because they're my babies.
Yeah. But if you had to choose.
I gave birth to At the Club, Torture, Warning,
At the Club,
Takeover.
I think, is my favorite, to be
People
really
love At
honest.
the Club. They do. They love it. They love it because they can relate to it.
Because I was at the club,
and you met a girl. And you met a girl, and you were dancing cheek to cheek, sex to sex.
Sex to sex. What does that bit mean? Well, let's not go there.
I mean, I can put it euphemistically.
Go on then.
Okay, genitalia to genitalia.
Like I didn't know that.
Right.
But if you had to choose, seriously, which one would you choose?
Of all my songs, I still love Hostile Takeover. Something about that.
An unforeseen merger?
Unforeseen merger. I would like to say that that line, unforeseen merger, people keep asking me, where did you get that from? My mom was the vice president of international affairs for Bank of America.
Really?
And all I ever heard about was bank mergers. And so in the back of my head, merger came, and so...
Was it unforeseen?
It was unforeseen. You go to the club sometimes, or you meet somebody somewhere, you don't see it coming, and they hit you over the head. Unforeseen merger.
That was like two records just clashing in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
So the new album, when's that due out?
I'm looking at August, provided that I'm not such a perfectionist that I don't start over. But yeah, August.
And how many tracks can we expect?
12.
Okay.
12 solid tracks.
Because you've got more of a gospel background.
I have a gospel background and an R&B.
Some of my research did work.
R&B and gospel, yes.
So what can we expect on the album? Is it going to be R&B? Is it going to be gospel? Is it going to be house?
You know, it's going to be house, but I think I will be doing some R&B versions of those songs because I don't write songs with like 6 or 7 words. I don't really I'll be honest with you, I don't really respect when a song only has like 5 or 6 words and it's not really saying anything. So I pride myself on songs that have hooks that you can sing along with and that are catchy, and verses that have storylines that tell you what the song is about, and a bridge that transitions so there's no monotony in the song. I stick to old school songwriting.
Okay.
So it can go anywhere, it can be anything, pop, R&B.
Do we have a name for the track?
For the album?
For the album.
Oh, God. I have 2 names.
Okay.
And I'm still...
Which one are you liking the best?
Oh, my. One is a little too long. It's called... it's called In the Flesh of the Spirit. But, you know, some people would be like, huh? What? And I don't want anyone to be confounded, or I don't want it to be too ambiguous. So the other side is that, you know, there are many colors to man. Yeah. And so I thought of the hues of man, almost like a play on the word human. The hues of man. Okay. So I don't know.
I'm going with the first one somehow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there'll be a third by next week.
I was going to say, next week you would have gotten rid of both of those and chosen something else.
Chuck them and do it again, you know. Yeah.
And it's out in August.
Out in August.
Who helped you with the album? Who was involved?
Tommy Cruise.
Not Terry Coombs.
No, not Terry Coombs.
You want to get in touch with him? I'm going to give you his number when we finish.
Tommy Cruise, Todd Terry, Terry Hunter will definitely be on this. And there might be something else from DJ Simon Schooley Phillips.
If the album's coming in August, will you come back and do something live?
I would love to. I would love to. As long as the UK is inviting me, I'm coming. Yeah. Definitely.
And do we have plans for another album after this one? Is it already in the making? In
my head, yes, because I have an iPad full of songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Hostile Takeover was actually written 6 years before it was recorded. At the Club was written 10 years before it was recorded. Yeah, I recorded At the Club for a German producer who was trying to get clearance from the Commodores for a sample. He was never able to get that clearance, and so we dropped the project. That was in 2000. 2010, Timmy heard the song, and the rest is history. So 10 years it sat in my MacBook Pro and eventually transferred to the iPad. And I have a lot of songs. I do.
And in the whole vein of the whole Southport 50 thing, have you enjoyed it thus far, and will you come back next year if you're invited?
If you invite me back, I'll be here with bells on, all dressed up again in my little sequins gown. Most definitely.